Good luck to everyone.
Yep. Good luck, have fun. I mean, I'm Mike Nelson. Frank, nice to meet you. He's all of us.
How's it going, dude? Good to see you.
I gotta do
Start your engine for the final time.
Well, there you go. You just
There you go.
Thank you.
Send it to Watsy. Clip it. Make a new promotional.
We will get your gasoline.
All right. So he's got to open Chromox and Pack 2.
Over to Bullet Town.
No, Chromox Pack 1, get to me.
All right, good luck.
Yeah, guys.
Look, have fun.
Hello and welcome to the Team Draft LA Ether Drift Season Championship match. It's been a really fun season. Really enjoyed this set and really enjoy opening a Chandra in Pack 1 here. Of course, notable Spike Shell Harrier, Gallant Strike, and even more so the Stampeding Scurryfoot. I think this pick is actually kind of a toss-up between Chandra and Scurryfoot, with Harrier kind of in the mix as well. That just shows how powerful I think Scurryfoot is.
They gotta keep you guessing.
Having said that, I think in team drafts, a Planeswalker can be tougher to interact with, and so keeping that on my team side of the table seems more important. Scurryfoot is obviously, going to be a problem, but at the end of the day, it's two small, relatively small bodies. So passing the Scurryfoot is not going to keep me from picking up a Greenbelt Guardian here. One of, if not the best, uncommons in the set. And so, even though Lightning Strike seems like, and it would be a great follow-up to Chandra, I think the power disparity between these two picks is too high. And if there's a chance that, Greenbelt Guardian's a very first pickable card, so if Frank to my right didn't pick it, then there's a chance that the green could be coming my way. And I will be ready to accept it if it does. Engine Rat, Ether Hive, Gastel Raider, Hazard of the Dunes, Crash and Burn, Thornwood Falls to a lesser extent, but this is a very powerful pack. Like I said, love being green if I can help it. So, and Hazard of the Dunes being, again, one of the best commons in the set. Ether Hive is also very good, but of course two colored and a little bit more build around synergy focused. And I would be, pretty happy to end up in a sort of Gruul exhaust kind of deck if that's where this ends up. So yeah, it's been a really, really fun season. Really enjoyed playing with the set overall, and I think that has clearly shown itself in the fact that my team is sitting here in the finals. It's been a while since I've been here, so it feels good. Pick 4, we certainly see a big power drop-off in the pick here. Notable, there's a Night Market, Siphon Fuel as a removal spell, Wind Scarred Crag, and then some other pretty mediocre replaceable kind of stuff. So I kind of like taking a fixing land here. So it's just a question of whether it's the cycler or the dual. Windscarred Crag is single on color at the moment with the Chandra. And I do think about the Gallant Strike that I opened in pick 1. That is certainly something that I've been happy to splash in the past, but I decided this early on. I'm not locked into any colors, so I would just rather go with the colorless, or the 5-color fixer. Regret that slightly as I get past a Ride's End here. There's some decent blue cards here with the Skystreak Engineer. And the Memory Guardian. There's also an Unswerving Sloth. That and the Ride's End leads me to believe that white is pretty open here. So I could certainly regret not taking that Woodsguard Crag at the end of the day. Pick 6 again, some solid playables here. So 3 decent to good cards in the Is It color pair, and then not much else to speak of. I do like a bounce off. The catalyzer is fine, replaceable. Just yeah, interchangeable 2-drop. But the boosted sloop seems like it might be something more of a signal, and a bounce off is something that I feel I can pick up at a later time. And we see a Swiftwater Cliffs on the wheel here, along with, you know, a playable red 2-drop and a playable blue 4-drop. So I'm just going to prioritize the fixing here over the replacement level stuff. Now seems like a fine time to pick up the Thopterus, though, if I feel I'm reading the open lane properly. The nesting bot being there, of course, could mean that white is still open, but it's also not a great reason to get deeper into white. There's a crash and burn here, but at this point I'm thinking that the Chandra might be... Here, I'm going back to look here. I'm thinking that the Chandra might be on the splash. I'm not committed to red as a base color, and because of that I want to make my mana a little bit better, and so I think that's why I prioritize the Thornwood Falls. You know, Crash and Burn is playable, but 4 mana for removal is still not the most exciting thing in the world, even in team draft. Yeah, nothing to speak of here. Just kind of default to the red 2-drop, as it seems it might be the most open at the table, and sure enough, we see 3 blue cards and a blue land here. Stall out in the Glitch Ghost, again, replacement level kind of things. Spectral Interferences as well, but that's something that I really don't mind having a copy of in most blue decks, whereas the other two I could really just take or leave. Winding down pack 1 here, go ahead and take another red 2-drop. Kind of glad that I didn't need to prioritize. Yeah, there's another one. I didn't need to prioritize taking up any of these sort of curve filler kind of creatures. Just let them come to me. And certainly leaning Is It at the moment, though I do have some powerful green cards in the pool. Notable that after the Hazard of the Dunes, the green really seemed to dry up, but there's a chance that it could be open going the other direction.
Golden State's home though, right?
Yep.
So
Roll?
Down by 5 right now.
something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, it's only the first quarter though.
Jimmy Butler has not been
Pack
activated.
2, pick 1, and just couldn't be happier to open up the loot here.
They're the higher seeds.
Basically, exactly the bomb mythic that I could have dialed up if I had been given the choice. And it still lets me stay pretty flexible as to what my base will be within that color trio. Pack 2, pick 2. There's nothing nearly as powerful, of course. I do really like an Ether Siphon, though. I think card advantage goes a long, long way in this format. So even paying 5 mana to essentially draw your first extra card is actually a fairly viable game plan, as it turns out. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Ether Siphon overall. especially if you can build around a little bit. It's a guide light optimizer, which would be just fine with what I'm doing here. Again, it's something that I'm fairly okay with having a copy of in my blue decks, but I'm also just doing okay on the curve at the moment. I picked up a good amount of 2-drops at the end of pack 1 there. So even though there's not much chance of me being white at this point, I think the power level disparity between Basri and the blue 2-drop is notable enough to go ahead and take it here. It's hard to say if that was correct or not, but because it seemed like there was a good chance that Frank to my right was not playing white based on what he passed pack 1. But he could also consider splashing it, so don't mind seeing a lightning strike on the top here. There's a bounce off and a sky crash, but I'm just going to go ahead and take the good old tried and true lightning strike. Again, there was an unswerving sloth in there, which is a pretty strong white card, a notable one at least. But I'm pretty confident that Frank isn't playing white, so not too sad to pass it. Yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty committed to the red at the very least, and then leaning blue with a green splash apart from that. It's a veteran Beast Rider, which is coming around here pretty late, but there's an Outpace Oblivion, which is just a slam dunk for me. It's premium interaction in a deck that's currently in need of some. And again, fairly confident that Frank isn't white, so I'm pretty okay to let the veteran go. Now that is also a late Gastel Thrillseeker, which is notable. But this still seems like a fine time to pick up the bounce off that I sort of delayed getting in pack 1. If I were 100% certain that Frank was Rakdos, I would probably just go ahead and hate the Thrillseeker there, but bounce off is going to be just fine for me, so go ahead and take it. Pick 7, not much to note here. Skyray is another, totally fine blue 2-drop. It does work well with Chandra and the boosted sloop. Have a cycling land, so there's something going on there. Voyage Home and the Golgari signpost. No one's pushing the limit, obviously. If anyone were going to be doing it, it would be me. But I really like taking the starting column here. I think it's been a nice one of in a lot of team draft decks here. Go ahead and take an Ironclad here. I can kind of start to see some sort of cycling synergies coming together here. Such as with the Artillerist here. Artillerist being an X4 is also just a decent sideboard option against some aggressive decks. Nothing to speak of here. I'll just take the red card, even though my well, no, it could be played. I have some aggressive red 2-drops that might be interested in Pedal to the Metal. I am locked in on my colors here. Is it splashing green? Don't know how much green is going to be splashed at the moment. Apart from loot, of course. That is absolutely going in the deck no matter what. And yeah, just go ahead and take another one of these red 2-drop curve fillers. Little creature light at this point, so definitely be looking to shore up that aspect of the deck. Going into pack 3 here. My interaction is looking pretty nice, actually. Got a good variety of bounces and removal and loot, which just kind of does it all. Can we open a third mythic rare in pack 3 here? We cannot. Demonic Junker. Certainly not going to be great for me. I fear, of course, that it will be good for Walski to my left. Roadside Blowout I would play. But of course, hating Demonic Junker here and passing Risen Necro Regent just doesn't feel good. If he wants, a black late game drop, then he's going to get one either way. So yeah, it's a really unexciting pack here. So I think I just decided to take, the Crash and Burn here. It's nice to have one of these as a just catch-all removal for any of the big green stuff I might run into. Pick 2, we see another Sloop, see a Keen Buccaneer, Spike Spitter, which I like quite a bit, and the Broadside Barrage, which I also like quite a bit. So yeah, I think Broadside Barrage is probably the best of these 3 cards that I would put into my deck, but having assessed that I'm a little bit creature light, I opt to take the Spike Spitter here, thinking that surely one of these 2 is it uncommons will come back to me, right? I'm fairly confident that I'm the only straight is it player, and it seems unlikely that both of them would be hate picked, right? Pretty strong pack here. Flood the Engine, Elvish Refueler, Legak, Lightning Strike, Rugged Highlands. I would play, and the Wicker Folk as well. Yeah, just really, really strong pack here. Again, Flood the Engine over Lightning Strike number 2, I believe, as just absolute removal for the X4s and above. Relatively late Ketrodon here that I'm just going to go ahead and take over basically nothing that I would play. Road Rage, which I would be okay with playing, not super excited about. But again, being a little needing to prioritize creature picks here in pack 3 a little bit. Plus the Goda being sort of an extra mini source of fixing. Leads me to take that here. I think my interaction is pretty much all set, all wrapped up here. And the Engineer is not doing a ton for me, apart from increasing my speed. Pick 6. Let me go ahead and grab another lightning strike here over close to nothing. There's a Guidelight Pathmaker there, which is notable, but not for me at all. On the wheel here, got this Verge. Yeah, nothing that I'm particularly interested in, so there's a chance that that my deck would want a Rocky Roads, being a little creature light and needing ways to crew vehicles in the late game. I think this was the pack with the two Is It Uncommons, neither of which came back. Fang Druid Summoner seemed like the most likely thing that Walski would be playing, so I go ahead and take it. Yeah, this is seeming less like a Guidelight Optimizer deck. So I'm going to go ahead and take Rugged Highlands just to really lock in all the fixing that I'm going to need. And maybe get at least one of these other green cards. You know, I've got the Ketradon and the Green Belt Guardian there. That you can see now that I've picked up another dual land. I'm considering getting those in. Again, no one is clearly pushing the limit, which is absolutely correct in a team draft. I don't remember if I went ahead and took it here just on the off chance. I mean, yeah, it's just the most powerful card in the pack, theoretically, even though, once again, if anybody had wanted it by now, they would have taken it. Push the limit ended up being a real thing in arena play, not so much in team draft. There's the kickoff celebrations, which seems like it should be for me, but I think I go ahead and decide to hate the Quick Welder, just based on what I passed, like the Demonic Junker at the beginning of this pack. It seems like if Walski's in for that, then he's probably in for a Quick Welder as well. Okay, another Rocky Roads. That's not going to be played, so just take the other thing. Again, just a playable black artifact that might go into a Junker deck. Glitch Ghost, which could be slotted into my deck, and another Artillerist.
Alright.
Here's what we ended up with. Just splashing the loot and the Hazard of the Dunes.
Quick Welder is open that.
Next up is Mike's Is It Exhaust deck with a March of the Worldoos. And Alex has got a green-white beats deck with a Lumbering World Wagon. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think.
So it's sort of a sub that you... Yep, yeah, I don't need that.